Chapter 22. After April, the competition begins. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Because mobilizing the dull hair requires soul power consumption, and maintaining the state of martial soul possession also requires soul power consumption, so Yu Tianlin's soul power was exhausted when he received 50 lightning strikes. When the soul power is exhausted, meditate to recover, run the Thunder Dragon Ju just learned, and start to meditate. It didn't take much time for Yu Tianlin to be struck by lightning. Instead it took half a night to meditate to recover his soul power. It took half a night for the lightning strike to enhance the soul ring and meditation to restore the soul power, so after a whole night, Yu Tianlin just came twice, that is to say, he was struck by lightning a little more than 100 times. 100 times of lightning strikes can increase the age of the soul ring for 1 year. This increase is really too small. Yu Tianlin's pale yellow soul ring seems to have not changed at all, but don't worry, take your time. 1 day can increase the year of the soul ring, then after 4 months, it will be increased by about 120 years, plus the current original 100 years, a total of 220 years. The year of the first soul ring is 220 years, which is considered pretty good. The same is true for soul power cultivation. After exhausting the soul power and then meditating to fill it up again, after 2 consecutive times, Yu Tianlin can feel that his soul power has improved a little. If this continues, after 4 months, he will definitely be able to advance by more than 1 level, and it will not be a problem to reach the 12th level. When Yu Tianlin exited the meditation state and opened his eyes, he saw Yu Yuanjin standing in front of him. How about it? How did you gain from this night's practice? Seeing Yu Tianlin wake up, Yu Yuanjin asked aloud. Yu Tianlin directly possessed his spirit, summoned his pale yellow spirit ring, and said, I received more than 100 lightning strikes last night, and the age of the spirit ring should have increased by 1 year, but I feel like it makes no difference. Yu Yuanjin carefully sensed the pale yellow soul ring on Yu Tianlin's body, and said, take your time, there are still 4 months. Yu Tianlin nodded and asked, Grandpa, what time is it? How long have you been here? Because the Blue Light Overlord Sect is cloudy all the year round, the outside of the room is still extremely dark, and Yu Tianlin can't tell the time. It's still morning, and I just came here not long ago. Yu Yuanjin picked up Yu Tianlin and said, let's go back and have breakfast, and continue today's training. In the following time, Yu Tianlin repeated such devil training every day. However, it only took 2 months for Yu Tianlin to fully adapt to double the gravity. Running under the gravity field is not difficult at all, and it is necessary to add a load later. In the same 2 months, Yu Tianlin was able to perfectly dodge the sandbag thrown by Yu Jian. Even if the soul power is sealed and the gravity field is activated, Yu Tianlin can do it in the remaining 2 months. It doesn't make much sense to continue to practice dodge ability, and directly switch to close combat training. In the 3rd month, Yu Tianlin successfully broke through to the 12th level, and the year of the soul ring also reached 200 years. After the year of the soul ring reached 200 years, Yu Tianlin's first soul ability also changed. Originally, he could only condense 1 thunderball once he activated the soul ability, but now he can directly condense 2. It seems that every time the year of my first soul ring is increased by 100 years, I can condense 1 more thunderball, and when I break through to the millennium level, it will be 10 shots at a time. After working for a long time, my first soul skill turned out to be an area skill. Just like that, 4 months passed, and Yu Tianlin finally ushered in a battle with Yu Tianqing. Yu Tianlin originally thought that the elders would publicize the competition this time, and then hold it in the Zongmen martial arts arena under the eyes of everyone, but in the end it was not the case. After the agreed time, Yu Yuanjin took himself directly to a remote hall. At this time, several elders were already sitting on the main hall, and besides the several elders, only Yu Tianqing was standing in the main hall. Yu Tianlin has been training every day since he got the soul ring, and this is the first time he has seen Yu Tianqing in 4 months. Yu Tianqing seems to have grown a lot taller, and his exposed arms are a bit thicker than before. It seems that he has gained a lot in the past 4 months. Yu Yuanjin asked Yu Tianlin and Yu Tianqing to wait below, while he walked up to the top of the main hall and sat on the seat in the middle that belonged to the suzerain. Brother Lin, long time no see. Seeing that the elders had all run up to it, Yu Tianqing couldn't help but move to Yu Tianlin's side and said hello. Yu Tianlin nodded casually, and responded, "Well, it's been 4 months. Brother Lin, I've also heard about you, and it's really a pity." Yu Tianlin whispered, "I know the reason why we two fought this time, and I was still thinking about letting go, but Dad and Grandpa." Hearing what Yu Tianlin said, Yu Tianlin couldn't help but smile, and said, "Shaoqing, don't let me, you can't beat me." "So confident?" Yu Tianlin muttered, "My first soul ring is." Ahem. Just as Yu Tianlin was about to reveal his details to Yu Tianlin, Yu Luomian, who was sitting on top, coughed dryly, interrupted Yu Tianlin, and said, "Brother, since Tianlin also here we go, let's start right away. Let the two of them let go of the fight." Another elder next to him also said, "We old guys are watching here, and there will be no danger." Tianlin, Tianqing. Yu Yuanjin glanced down and said, "This competition between the two of you is very important, you must go all out and don't let the water go." Yu Tianlin and Yu Tianqing replied at the same time, "Yes." Originally, the two were planning to chat for a few more words, but now that the higher-ups have spoken, they can only start fighting directly. The two separated, and after they each walked to the battle position, Yu Tianqing finally said, "Brother Lin, my grandfather is watching from above. I really can't let the water go. You should be careful." Yu Tianlin looked at Yu Tianqing with burning eyes, and said, "Come on. Now, summon the martial soul." Seeing the two standing still, Yu Yuanjin's faint voice came. As soon as the words fell, the same change appeared in Yu Tianlin and Yu Tianqing, the same lightning pattern, the same lightning lingering, and the same pale yellow soul ring. "This is a century-old soul ring." After seeing the yellow soul ring on Yu Tianlin's body, an elder couldn't help but exclaimed. "The fourth one is in his 80s and s, and he's still like a young man, blah, 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 can you be more stable?" Yu Yuanjin glanced at the elder who was screaming, and said, "The 100-year-old soul, it's just a ring, what's the fuss about?" End of this chapter. Chapter 23 Temptation, Close Combat. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A century-old soul ring? Seeing the light yellow soul ring on Yu Tianlin's body, Yu Luomian said to Yu Yuanjin, who was sitting in the upper seat, "Did it mutate while absorbing the soul ring? But even so, it's only just reached the 100-year level, not enough for us to agree to give Tianlin a dragon origin fruit." The elders next to him nodded in agreement. Seeing the reactions of the elders, Yu Yuanjin didn't care, just smiled casually, and said, "Okay, the battle begins." On the field, seeing the yellow soul ring on Yu Tianlin's body, Yu Tianqing was also a little surprised. "Didn't he say that Brother Lin is only a 10-year level soul ring? How is this different from the rumors?" Yu Tianqing was about to say something, but after hearing the suzerain's order to start the war, he swallowed all his words and rushed directly towards Yu Tianlin. "Is it just pure melee combat without using soul skills? Just what I want." Seeing Yu Tianqing rushing towards him, Yu Tianlin went straight to meet him. As long as Yu Tianqing didn't use Thunder Dragon Claw, Yu Tianlin would be worthwhile in close combat. Soon, the two of them collided head-on, and between the exchange of 4 palms, Yu Tianlin directly suppressed Yu Tianqing and pushed him back. It turns out that Tianlin's power is stronger. Seeing the results of the two's struggle, Yu Luomian frowned and said, "Impossible. Tianqing's first soul ring came from a lightning-fast dragon in the early 400s, the year is so much higher. Logically speaking, the improved physical fitness after absorbing the spirit ring should be far stronger than Tianlin. Why is the result like this now? Luo Mian, for the past 4 months, you should mainly let Tianqing cultivate his soul power, so that he can reach level 10 as soon as possible and add a soul ring." Yu Yuanjin said, "As for physical training and actual combat training, it is probably very important. Are rare. Tianlin is different. In the past 4 months, I have arranged for Yujian to train him a lot, so his physical fitness has been greatly improved. Now he can suppress Tianqing in terms of strength, which is very normal. After all, the spirit ring that Tianqing absorbed is only 400 years old. Even if he breaks the sky, how much physical fitness can he improve? How can it compare to Tianlin's 4 months of devil training? First, the 10-year soul ring in the data turned into a 100-year soul ring, and then the suppression of power. This competition has just begun, and Yu Tianlin broke the elders' cognition twice, making them feel that the plan seems to be out of control among them. Taking a deep look at the eloquent brother, Yu Luomian said, "Brother, no matter what advantage Tianlin has now, as long as Tianqing uses the Thunder Dragon Claw, everything will be reversed. Tianqing has not used his full strength at all now, Tianlin will definitely not be his opponent." When Yu Yuanjin heard what his brother said, he said non-committally, "Maybe." At this time, on the battlefield below, Yu Tianqing realized that pure fighting was no match for Yu Tianlin, so Yu Tianqing immediately changed his attack method. Seeing Yu Tianqing raised one leg, he wanted to kick Yu Tianlin's abdomen. Too slow. However, Yu Tianqing's actions were completely within Yu Tianlin's expectation. Yu Tianlin kicked first, and kicked Yu Tianqing's abdomen, but Yu Tianlin didn't come too hard, he just pressed the sole of his foot against Yu Tianqing's abdomen and kicked him out forcefully. Looking at Yu Tianqing, who took a few steps back, Yu Tianlin couldn't help shaking his head. Xiaoqing's combat experience, that is, the average level, is far behind when compared with himself, who has undergone Yujin combat training. Because Yu Tianlin didn't attack with his toes, Yu Tianqing didn't suffer any damage. After touching his stomach, he rushed over again. "The first time I fought head-on with Yu Tianqing was to test his physical strength. Now that I know it well, I can use some fighting skills." Facing Yu Tianqing, who was rushing towards him again, Yu Tianlin stood on the spot, waited until he approached, and then took a step forward, bowed quickly, dodged the fist that hit her head, and then punched backhand. It hit Yu Tianqing's chest heavily, knocking his whole body into the air. The first time he was merciful, but this second time, Yu Tianlin really used all his strength. Yu Tianqing, who was knocked into the air, kicked his legs hard on the ground in order to stop his body from retreating. At least he stopped, but his breathing was unavoidably short. After all, Yu Tianqing is in the state of being possessed by a martial spirit, and he has the spirit power to protect his body. Even if he suffers a heavy blow to the chest, it is just a shortness of breath and tightness in the chest. Holding his chest, Yu Tianqing looked at Yu Tianlin in front of him, and said helplessly, "Brother Lin, you are serious?" Yu Tianlin's expression was always flat. "Xiaoqing, if you don't use the Thunder Dragon Claw, but just fight in close quarters, you won't be my opponent anyway." Glancing at Yu Luomian sitting above the main hall, Yu Tianqing gritted his teeth and said in a deep voice, "Okay, Brother Lin, don't blame me." As soon as the words fell, the yellow soul ring on Yu Tianqing's body lit up, there was a flash of blue-purple thunder, and in an instant a Qilong lightning claw formed on Yu Tianqing's right hand, enveloping his palm. Above the main hall, seeing Yu Tianqing finally use Thunder Dragon Claw, Yu Luomian couldn't help but stroked his beard, and said, "Now that Tianqing has used his first soul skill, this battle should end soon." Gone. Yu Yuanjin didn't want to argue with him, but just said, "It's too early to make a judgment now, let's read on." After using Thunder Dragon Claw, Yu Tianqing was full of confidence, roared loudly, and rushed towards Yu Tianlin with an indomitable momentum. "Good, come." Instead of retreating, Yu Tianlin went forward and met him head-on. The distance between the two quickly narrowed. Yu Tianqing stepped on the ground with his right foot, his whole body jumped into the air, and the 1-foot-long lightning claw directly slapped Yu Tianlin's head. Seeing that Yu Tianlin was about to be hit by the lightning claw, an elder sitting on it had already stood up, ready to help him block the blow at a critical moment. However, Yu Yuanjin, who is the suzerain, stopped the elder who was about to make a move, forbidding him to intervene in the battle, and he didn't make any moves, just quietly watching the scene below, as if he was not worried that his grandson would be injured. Facing the approaching claws of thunder and lightning, Yu Tianlin did not panic at all, and the results of 4 months of devil training were displayed at this moment. Carefully observing the trajectory of Yu Tianqing's attack, at the critical moment, Yu Tianlin dodges. Suddenly, avoiding the claw. Boom! Yu Tianqing's lightning claws slapped the ground fiercely, and there was a loud noise in the flash of lightning, which blasted a small hole in the ground. It can be seen how powerful the Thunder Dragon claws are. End of this chapter. Chapter 24 Relentless Crushing. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Although the power of Yu Tianqing's attack seemed great and the momentum was astonishing, it did not hit Yu Tianlin, so it could be said that it had no effect on the contrary, Yu Tianlin dodges at a critical moment and just came to the left side of Yu Tianqing's body, good chance. Yu Tianqing's Thunder Dragon Claw has been attached to his right palm, while the left side of his body is empty, defenseless at all. Yu Tianlin seized the opportunity, the light yellow soul ring on his body suddenly lit up, and he saw a thunder ball condensed in each of his left and right hands. Without hesitation, Yu Tianlin directly smashed the thunder ball at Yu Tianqing in front of him. The situation changed suddenly, and now it was Yu Tianqing's turn to be attacked. Seeing this scene, the expression of Yu Luomian sitting above changed slightly, and he was about to make a move, but after seeing Yu Tianqing's response, he endured it. Yu Tianqing missed the shot, and subconsciously turned to Yu Tianlin's direction, ready to continue chasing, and immediately saw two thunderballs coming towards him. Yu Tianlin's timing was very good. Yu Tianqing had no time to dodge at this time, so he could only catch it hard. However, Yu Tianlin's two lightning balls were attacked from left and right, and Yu Tianqing could only block them at most. The next thunderball, as for the other one, it will undoubtedly hit. As expected, the result did not exceed Yu Tianlin's expectations. Facing the two lightning balls that hit, Yu Tianqing could only raise his Thunder Dragon Claw and split the thunder ball on the right. The ball undoubtedly hit Yu Tianqing's body. Boom! After the thunderball hit, it exploded immediately, and Yu Tianqing's entire body was enveloped in the intense lightning. Glancing at Yu Luomian beside him, Yu Yuanjin said, "Luomian, I thought you would help Tianqing block it just now." "Brother, don't be too happy too early," Yu Luomian said coldly. As the sole master of the Blue Lightning Overlord Dragon, Tianqing still has lightning resistance. "Can't beat him." Yu Yuanjin shrugged helplessly, and said, "Luomian, didn't you see? From the beginning of the battle to the present, Tianlin has not suffered any injuries. On the contrary, Tianqing has been hit several times. Which one is stronger? It's already obvious." What Yu Yuanjin said was the truth. Yu Luomian couldn't refute it and didn't want to refute it, so he just kept silent and continued to watch the battle below. The reason why Yu Luomian did not admit defeat was not only because of his own reasons for not wanting to lose to Yu Yuanjin, but more importantly, he felt that his grandson might not lose. From Yu Luomian's point of view, although his grandson Yu Tianqing was hit by Yu Tianlin several times and seemed to be at a disadvantage, Yu Tianlin's output was obviously low. Even if he was hit by him, he would not suffer too much damage. Conversely, although Yu Tianqing never hit Yu Tianlin, his damage was extremely high. As long as he hits once, the winner can be determined directly. In layman's terms, Yu Tianlin can hit Yu Tianqing many times, but Yu Tianqing only needs to hit once. At this time, the lightning on the battlefield dissipated, and Yu Tianqing's figure finally appeared. Yu Tianqing's left arm hit by the thunder ball was pitch black, and a flash of lightning flashed from time to time. It seemed that his left arm was temporarily useless. Seeing Yu Tianqing's appearance at this time, Yu Tianlin's face couldn't help but twitched. The same thunderball, the same left arm, why does this scene look so familiar? After waving the Thunder Dragon Claw in his right hand to disperse the remaining lightning, Yu Tianqing looked at Yu Tianlin and smiled wryly. "Brother Lin, your attack is too ruthless." Yu Tianlin curled his lips, thinking that when you rushed over to hit my head with Thunder Dragon Claw, it was even more ruthless than this. But Yu Tianlin didn't say this, but asked, "How about it, do you want to admit defeat?" Yu Tianqing glanced at the position of the suzerain and the elders. Seeing that his grandfather had not come out to stop, he immediately understood what he meant, and asked helplessly, "What do you think?" Yu Tianlin nodded clearly, then continue, that the left arm was injured. Yu Tianqing would feel a sharp pain if he moved a little more, and the injured left arm would also become a weakness. In this case, it was no longer suitable for melee combat, so Yu Tianqing chose long-range attack. Thinking of this, Yu Tianqing raised his right hand, pointed the Thunder Dragon Claw at Yu Tianlin, aimed slightly, and fired directly. Seeing Yu Tianqing playing long-range attacks, Yu Tianlin was immediately happy. You must know that during the 4 months of Yu Tianlin's devil training, 2 months were spent dodging the long-range Thunder Dragon Claw, so Yu Tianqing has nothing to do with him. Now, significance, to put it a bit more arrogantly, Yu Tianlin could dodge it with his eyes closed. Facing the Thunder Dragon Claw that was rushing towards him, Yu Tianlin just turned sideways and managed to avoid it. The Thunder Dragon Claw could only pass by Yu Tianlin's side, which meant that the air that was driven moved Yu Tian slightly. Lin's hair, after the Thunder Dragon Claw passed a distance of 20 meters, it dissipated in the air. Seeing that his Thunder Dragon Claw missed the target, Yu Tianqing was stunned, and then he did it again unbelievingly, but was still dodged by Yu Tianlin without a doubt. Looking at Yu Tianqing on the opposite side, Yu Tianlin smiled and said, "Shaoqing, you should have consumed more than half of your soul power now." Once in melee combat and twice in long-range combat, Yu Tianqing has used Thunder Dragon Claw 3 times so far. Judging from Yu Tianqing's current 11th level soul power, he can only use Thunder Dragon Claw 5 times at most, so at least half of his soul power has been consumed. "It's my turn next." As soon as the words fell, Yu Tianlin's light yellow soul ring flickered, and 2 thunderballs condensed on his left and right hands again. Yu Tianlin flung out forcefully, and 2 thunderballs shot towards Yu Tianqing immediately. It was still one left and one right, pinching from both sides. Yu Tianqing dodged the first thunderball, but the angle of the second thunderball was extremely tricky, and Yu Tianqing could not avoid it. This is the result of Yu Tianlin's calculations. His first thunderball was only used to force out of position, and he didn't intend to hit it at all. When Yu Tianqing avoided the first thunderball, he would hit the second hair. In desperation, Yu Tianqing could only use the Thunder Dragon Claw again, tearing up the second thunderball in front of him. After the thunderball was shredded, the lightning scattered. Originally in the state of the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex's martial soul, these residual lightning wouldn't cause any harm. But who told Yu Tianqing to be injured now? The left arm was blown up like that, but now it was flashed by lightning again, and Yu Tianqing suddenly felt a sharp pain in his left arm. Above the main hall, Yu Yuanzhen looked at Yu Luomian with livid complexion, and said lightly, "Luo Mian, the outcome is already clear." End of this chapter. Chapter 25 Winning, Official Speech. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yu Tianqing was forced to use Thunder Dragon Claw again. Yu Tianlin couldn't help but smile. This is already the 4th time. It seems that Xiaoqing's soul power is about to be exhausted, and he will soon win. But even with the victory in sight, Yu Tianlin still didn't relax in the slightest. He is the soul of an adult. In his previous life, he had seen too many cases of being careless on the eve of victory and being killed in the end. Thinking of this, Yu Tianlin didn't stop. The light yellow soul ring on his body shone again, and continued to condense 2 thunderballs, shooting towards Yu Tianqing. Yu Tianqing stared at the 2 thunderballs attacking him in a trance. He neither dodged nor blocked, but just stood there blankly without any movement. Although there is still a little soul power in his body, his physical strength is almost exhausted. Coupled with the pain from his left arm from time to time, Yu Tianqing has reached his limit. Seeing that the thunderball was about to hit Yu Tianqing, Yu Luomian, who was sitting above the main hall, looked livid, but got up immediately. Yu Tianlin felt his eyes blur, and his figure blocked Yu Tianqing's face. Facing the 2 oncoming thunderballs, Yu Luomian just waved one hand, and the thunderballs disappeared in an instant, without even a trace of lightning flashing. "Grandpa, I lost." Looking at Yu Luomian's back, Yu Tianqing murmured. His neck tilted, and he passed out. Yu Luomian dodged and came to Yu Tianqing's back, supported his body that was about to fall, and at the same time held Yu Tianqing's left arm, inputting his own soul power into it. After getting rid of the remaining lightning in Yu Tianqing's left arm, Yu Luomian took out the medicine and bandages from his storage soul guide, and dealt with it for Yu Tianqing. "Brother, the winner has been divided. Tianlin won this time. According to the agreement, I can give him a dragon source fruit." After dealing with Yu Tianqing's left arm, Yu Luomian said coldly, picked it up. Yu Tianqing's body walked towards the entrance of the main hall. "Tianqing's body is still injured, I'll take him back to rest first." However, Yu Yuanzhen stopped Yu Luomian. "Luo Mian, wait a moment. I have something to tell you. It's about Tianlin's first soul ring." "Tianlin's first soul ring?" Yu Luomian stopped, turned around and said, "Isn't it just a century-old soul ring? What can I say?" "Ahem." Yu Yuanzhen glanced at the crowd and said, "Actually, Tianlin's first soul ring is not that simple. It's not an ordinary century-old soul ring." Hearing Yu Yuanzhen's words, several elders looked at him suspiciously. not knowing what he meant, Yu Tianlin said, "4 months ago, when Yu Jian took Tianlin to hunt a soul beast, he unfortunately encountered a 10,000-year level soul beast, and Yu Jian had to fight it. After some battles, Yu Jian had the upper hand, and he was about to kill the 10,000-year soul beast. Unexpectedly, at the critical moment, the 10,000-year soul beast directly burned itself and poured all its energy into it. Into Tianlin's body, if you want to blow him up like this. Isn't this just a sacrifice?" Hearing this, an elder couldn't help but exclaimed, "A 10,000-year-old soul beast sacrificed to Tianlin?" "That's right, it's a sacrifice." Yu Tianlin nodded and said, "It stands to reason that if a soul beast sacrifices to a soul master, that soul master can ignore the current age of the soul ring that he can bear. Leapfrog absorption, but obviously, this leapfrog is not infinite. Tianlin is only 6 years old and has just reached level 10. The upper limit of the age of the soul ring he can bear is 420 years. At this time, the sacrifice of the 10,000-year soul beast will only explode his body. This is the 10,000-year soul. The purpose of the beast is to choose to perish with Tianlin when death is certain." Hearing Yu Tianlin's explanation, Yu Luomian was shocked, and whispered to himself, this, so it is like this. Yu Tianlin looked at the bewildered elders, and continued to flicker. Fortunately, Yu Jian was present at the time, and after the incident, he suppressed the power of the 10,000-year-old soul beast in time, and then rushed back with Tianlin. "Zongmen, leave it to me. I used secret techniques to seal most of the 10,000-year spirit beast's power, and the remaining bit is the white spirit ring you heard about before." An elder quickly asked, "Then Tianlin's soul ring has turned yellow now, is the seal slowly unraveling?" "Indeed," Yu Tianlin said, "the seal I set will slowly dissipate as Tianlin's physical fitness improves and his soul power grows. That is to say, from the outside, Tianlin's the year of the first soul ring will continue to improve, until he can finally fully bear the power of the 10,000-year soul ring, it will turn black." That's right, the above is the official rhetoric compiled by Yu Tianlin and Yu Tianlin. After all, the color of Yu Tianlin's soul ring cannot be concealed. As the years progress, it will turn purple, or even black, so Yu Tianlin will be exposed as long as he fights with others. If they don't give a reasonable official statement, people who don't know will just guess wildly. When they saw Yu Tianlin's first soul ring change from yellow to purple, and then from purple to black, they would naturally think of it. Will this black soul ring turn red after that, reaching the level of 10 years? In this way, they guessed correctly. Now, according to Yu Tianlin and Yu Tianlin's fabrications, the upper limit of the age of the first soul ring is locked at the 10,000-year level, and their words revealed that the 10,000-year soul beast that produced this soul ring was actually taken by the 58th level soul king is in a desperate situation, and he has just reached the 10,000-year level. It is estimated that even among the 10,000-year soul beasts, his strength is not very good. In this way, even though the first spirit ring is 10,000-year level, it still sounds exaggerated, but compared with the two of them who concealed it and may evolve into a 10-year spirit ring, it is already very ordinary. Of course, after Yu Tianlin's first soul ring is upgraded to the 10-year level, this false news will undoubtedly be exposed, but by that time, Yu Tianlin has really grown up. And there is no need to hide it anymore. However, in Yu Tianlin's rhetoric, there is still the only flaw. Yu Jian knew that what Yu Tianlin had absorbed was a nearly century-old thundering hell-vine soul ring, and there was no such thing as a 10,000-year soul beast sacrifice, and the suzerain was completely nonsense. However, Yu Tianlin had considered this a long time ago. After giving Yu Jian an extremely strict gag order, he transferred him to be his personal guard and took him with him wherever he went, so as to prevent Yu Jian from leaking to the greatest extent. Possible news. End of this chapter. Chapter 26 Refining Dragon Origin Fruit, Breaking Through Level 4. You are listening at NaVelFull.audio. Chapter 26 Refining Dragon Origin Fruit, Breaking Through Level, Dash. Brother, why didn't you say this earlier? After figuring out the cause and effect, Yu Luomian said angrily, if we knew about this from the beginning, it's just a dragon fruit, how could we disagree? Cough cough. Yu Tianlin coughed dryly. Didn't he make up a reason at the beginning? An elder next to him smoothed things over and said, after all, Tianlin has obtained such an opportunity. It is understandable for the suzerain to want to hide it. DouluoContinent persisted and said, since you decided to hide it from the beginning, you should keep it secret, and now you suddenly tell us, what kind of thing is this? Oh, I want to keep it a secret, but I can't keep it up. Yu Tianlin turned around, put his hands behind his back, looked up to the sky and sighed, and said, didn't you see it? It's only been 4 months, God Lin's first soul ring has already turned yellow, and it will not be a problem to break through to the millennium level in a few years, but when his first soul ring turns purple, any fool will know there is something wrong. Hearing Yu Tianlin's explanation, DouluoContinent couldn't help but relax a lot, nodded and said, indeed, if you just get the soul bone, as long as you don't take the initiative to use it, others won't be able to find it, but the soul ring is different. As long as the spirit possesses the body, the spirit ring will definitely appear, and there is no way to hide it. That's why I'm going to tell you now, one person counts the short and the other has the skills. Let's discuss together to see how to deal with it. Whether it should be concealed or directly revealed to the outside world. He took out a golden fruit from his storage soul guide, handed it to Yu Tianlin, and said, Tianlin, this is Longyuan fruit, you take it and go back first, I will discuss your fruit with the elders. Matter. Bring Tianqing back together. DouluoContinent also spoke, and at the same time handed Yu Tianqing who had been holding her to Yu Tianlin. Yu Tianlin nodded, took the Longyuan fruit and put it into the dragon pattern ring, then picked up Yu Tianqing and turned to leave the hall. After leaving the main hall, Yu Tianlin first sent Yu Tianqing back to his home, and then returned to his own home. At this time, Yu Tianlin's parents, Yu Mingfeng and Yuro, were anxiously waiting at home. Seeing Yu Tianlin coming back, Yuro hurriedly stepped forward and asked, Tianlin, how are you doing? Did you win? Although Yu Mingfeng didn't speak, his slightly trembling hands showed the tension in his heart. Yu Tianlin smiled, took out the dragon origin fruit from the dragon pattern ring, and said, of course, what do you think it is? Longyuan fruit. Looking at the golden fruit in Yu Tianlin's hand, Yu Mingfeng finally spoke, and he couldn't help showing an excited smile on his tense face. Good. As expected of my son. It's fine if you win, it's fine if you win. On the other hand, Yuro let out a sigh of relief, and she seemed to feel a lot more relaxed. She knows exactly how her son has been training in the past 4 months. If she puts in so much effort and fails in the end, she is really afraid that her son will be devastated by the blow. Go back to your room and take this dragon source fruit. It will definitely make up for your lack of dragon power. After being agitated for a while, Yu Mingfeng finally calmed down and said, Father will protect you. Ah. Yu Tianlin nodded, and returned to his room with the Longyuan fruit. There is no special way to eat Longyuan fruit, just chew it whole and swallow it. Yu Tianlin sat cross-legged on the bed, stuffed Longyuan fruit into his mouth, chewed it casually and swallowed it. Soon, Yu Tianlin felt a wave of heat rising from his dantian, and quickly entered a state of meditation, and began to use the Thunder Dragon art to refine the energy of the dragon origin fruit. Time passed slowly, and after about half an hour, the effect of Longyuan fruit was fully exerted, and some changes began to appear on Yu Tianlin's body. I saw the lines of lightning between Yu Tianlin's eyebrows flickering, and his whole body was surrounded by a layer of faint electric light. Under the electric light, a blue-purple dragon scale phantom appeared vaguely on his right arm. The most eye-catching thing was Yu Tianlin's soul ring. The circle of light yellow soul ring flickered wildly, quickly circling around his body. After another half an hour, Yu Tianlin finally absorbed the energy of Longyuan fruit, and all the changes in his body calmed down. He took a deep breath. Yu Tianlin slowly opened his eyes, and muttered to himself, I didn't expect that this dragon origin fruit can also enhance one's own soul power in addition to replenishing dragon power. My current soul power should be level 14. Feeling the increased soul power in his body, Yu Tianlin made a comparison with before, and quickly judged his current level. After eating a dragon source fruit, Yu Tianlin's level was raised from level - to level - and his cultivation base increased by 2 levels. Sure enough, compared with those fairy herbs, Longyuan fruit is still far inferior. Yu Tianlin is only in the realm of a first-ring soul master, and he has only improved 2 levels. You know, when the 7 monsters took the fairy herbs, they all reached the realm of the 3rd-ring soul master, which is much higher than Yu Tianlin's current level. Even so, after they ate the fairy herb, the lowest one was raised by 5 levels, and the highest even reached 7 levels. Fortunately, Yu Tianlin's purpose of taking Longyuan fruit was not to increase his level, but to supplement his own dragon power. The 2 extra levels of cultivation could be regarded as a surprise. Yu Tianlin stretched out his right hand and squeezed it out of thin air. He could feel that there was an extra force in his right arm, which should be what Grandpa and the others called dragon power. Yu Tianlin tried to mobilize this dragon power, but found it very difficult. He felt a sense of vainness and powerlessness. No matter how much he mobilized, the dragon power didn't respond. Sure enough, my current dragon power is still too weak, and I can't enter the dragon transformation state at all. Realizing that he was really unable to transform into a dragon, Yu Tianlin shook his head helplessly. He thought that as a time traveler, he must be different from ordinary people. A normal Blue Lightning Overlord Dragon Soul Master entered the dragon transformation state at the 3rd ring, and he felt that he might be able to do it at the 1st ring. However, the reality told him, "Don't think that you can do whatever you want just because you are a time traveler. I am now 6 years and 4 months old, and my soul power has reached level 14. According to the analysis I got, I should be about a month older than Tang San, that is to say, Tang San is only 6 years and 3 months old now." Thinking of this, Yu Tianlin couldn't help showing a smile. Tang San is now in Holy Soul Village, and his father doesn't care about him. He can only wait for the Wuhuan Hall to awaken once a year. Maybe his current Wuhuan hasn't awakened yet. Even if Tang San awakened his spirit, he would have to wait until the Junior Spirit Master Academy started a few months later before he could meet his second uncle Yu Xiaojiang. And then under Yu Xiaojiang's leadership, he would attach a spirit ring to reach level 13. By that time, his soul power should have broken through to level dash, and he would directly beat him by 2 levels, leaving aside other aspects. At least in terms of spirit power, he was temporarily ahead of Tang San. Although he had never met Tang San, Yu Tianlin always regarded him as an opponent in his heart. As long as he can guarantee that he will always be stronger than Tang San, isn't becoming a god a piece of cake. End of this chapter. Chapter 27. 8 years old, Level 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 27. 8 years old, Level 20. After the Longyuanguo incident, Yu Tianlin could finally relax and not have to carry out such intense training every day. Of course, since there is no need for devil training, it is replaced by recovery courses and learning knowledge. Study, learn a fart. Ahem, that being said, I still have to learn what needs to be learned. Yu Tianlin once again lived a regular life, going to Zongmen Academy every morning, and having leisure time in the afternoon. Yu Tianlin usually spends time discussing with Zongmen disciples, or assigning some simple training tasks by himself. Sometimes I will also go to the Zongmen library to read books. As for the night, Yu Tianlin would go to the suzerain's exclusive practice room every day under the leadership of his grandfather, and lead lightning to strengthen his first soul ring and cultivate his soul power. In this fulfilling day, 1 year and 8 months have passed. Yu Tianlin had just passed his 8th birthday, and within a few days, he successfully broke through to level dash. He broke through to level dash in his early 8 years, directly breaking the sect's record. But Yu Tianlin knew in his heart that if it wasn't for taking Longyuan fruit to raise 2 levels, the time to break through to level dash would have been delayed by at least half a year. Breaking through level dash, one must go out to hunt spirit beasts and obtain spirit rings. Only in this way can one officially obtain the title of Great Soul Master. For ordinary Soul Masters, this test is a natural barrier, because the general intermediate Soul Master Academies will not help students obtain the second Soul Ring, so all this can only be done by themselves. I don't know how many commoner Soul Masters fell at this step. But for Yu Tianlin, this is not a problem at all. When he went to obtain the first Soul Ring, there was a Soul King following him. Even if he encountered the 10,000-year lightning pterosaur, he could escape successfully. If a commoner Soul Master encounters such an accident, there is only one dead end. Now Yu Tianlin is going to get the second Soul Ring, accompanied by his father Yu Mingfeng himself. During the 4 months of Yu Tianlin's devil training for Longyuanguo, Yu Mingfeng successfully broke through the first level, so he is now a level 79, Soul Saint. A 79th level Soul Sage who possesses the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex's martial soul has extremely terrifying combat power, and it is not a problem to deal with soul beasts under 5 years old. Commoner soul masters rack their brains, even narrowly escaped death, but they might not be able to find a soul ring with the right year and attributes that as a disciple of the great sect. Yu Tianlin was able to find the most suitable soul ring for him under the protection of the soul sage. The reality is sometimes so cruel. Yu Tianlin sometimes thinks, what should he do if he is just a commoner after time travel? I'm afraid that when the martial soul is awakened, it won't even have soul power. Thinking of this, Yu Tianlin's sense of belonging to the Blue Lightning Overlord Sect grew deeper in his heart, and he swore that he would never let the spirit hunting operation of the Spirit Hall succeed. Just like that, under the leadership of Yu Mingfeng, Yu Tianlin came to Thunder Canyon again. Looking at the place where the thundering hell vine once grew at the entrance of the canyon, Yu Tianlin's complexion was complicated. Who would have thought that this tenure-level thundering hell prison vine that has been growing in Taniguchi and ignored by no one would actually bring such a big change to himself? During this period of time, Yu Tianlin was drawing lightning to quench the ring every night, and as his level increased, the number of times he could draw lightning every night gradually increased, from the initial 140 times per night to the current 800 times per night. After 1 year and 8 months, Yu Tianlin's first soul ring age has increased by about 220 years, plus the previous years. His first soul ring had officially reached the millennium level, and his whole body turned purple. Since the first spirit ring is already at the millennium level, Yu Tianlin's second spirit ring will naturally not follow the normal 764-year period, and it is completely possible to add a millennium-level spirit ring. So before leaving the sect, Yu Yuanjin checked Yu Tianlin's physical fitness in detail, and made a calculation for the age of the soul ring that he can bear now. 800 years. Well, Yu Tianlin originally thought that he could absorb a soul ring that was around 2000 years old, but he didn't expect it to be only 800 years old. Under normal circumstances, the upper limit of the third spirit ring is 760 years, which is just about the same as Yu Tianlin's current endurance limit. If you think about it, for a soul master with a good enough soul ring, the first soul ring can be 400 years old, the second soul ring can be 700 years old, and the total is 100 years. Even so, their third soul ring can last 760 years. The upper limit of the ring is years. Now Yu Tianlin's second soul ring can reach the third ring level of an ordinary soul master, which is good enough. 1008 is 1008. Yu Tianlin doesn't have obsessive-compulsive disorder. The year of the soul ring must be an integer. Yu Mingfeng and Yu Tianlin just walked towards the depths of Thunder Canyon. Unlike the first time he came here, Yu Tianlin encountered several lightning-attributed soul beasts along the way. But judging from the knowledge he had learned in the Zongmen Academy, they were all just tenure-level soul beasts. When encountering these spirit beasts, Yu Mingfeng didn't do anything, but chose to avoid them. While avoiding these spirit beasts, Yu Mingfeng explained to Yu Tianlin, Tianlin, the reason why our Blue Lightning Overlord clan's land is chosen to be there is because it is close to the Thunder Canyon. Besides the good environment and abundant thunder attribute energy. Being close to Thunder Canyon, it is more convenient for the disciples of the sect to come and hunt soul beasts and add soul rings. However, Thunder Canyon is relatively barren, not the kind of super-large gathering place for spirit beasts, and over the years, generations of sect disciples have come here to hunt and kill spirit beasts, so the resources of spirit beasts here are somewhat scarce. Looking at the 10-year-old soul beasts, Yu Mingfeng said, so the sect established a rule that in the Thunder Canyon, except for adding the soul rings you need, you are not allowed to kill soul beasts indiscriminately. Yu Tianlin nodded knowingly. The cultivation of soul beasts is much slower than that of human soul masters. If they continue to kill indiscriminately, it won't be long before the soul masters will have no rings to use. Seeing his son listening to his explanation seriously, Yu Mingfeng showed a gratified smile and said, your first spirit ring has reached the millennium level, and it can condense 10 lightning balls at once, which belongs to the large area coverage type. The long-range attack happens to be similar to the second soul skill Thunderbolt that our sect summed up, and it can match up. So, as long as your second soul ability is Thunder Dragon Claw, then it perfectly corresponds to the first two soul skills summed up by the sect. The Thunder Dragon Claw comes from the Lightning Dragon, and your grandfather judged that your body can bear the limit, so our goal this time is the Lightning Dragon that is less than 800 years old. Thunder Dragon Claw, it is indeed a powerful skill. Yu Tianlin has been coveting it for a long time, and now he can get it immediately, and it is also a 1000-year level Thunder Dragon Claw, which is definitely much stronger than the 400-year-old Thunder Dragon Claw. End of this chapter. Chapter 28. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Millennium Lightning Dragon, the father and son continue to go deeper, but apart from other soul beasts along the way, they didn't even see the shadow of a lightning-fast dragon. Regarding this, Yu Mingfeng comforted, "Don't worry, Tianlin, it takes patience to find soul beasts. Because the lightning-fast dragon is the best source of the first soul ring of our Blue Lightning Overlord Sect's soul master, so it is very hard to be hunted, and it is normal that the number is rare. But the first soul ring is 420 years old. As long as the lightning dragon's cultivation exceeds this limit, no one will be interested in it. When we go a little deeper and enter the area where the 1000-year-old soul beast is active, we will soon be able to find the lightning dragon that matches the year." Ah. Yu Tianlin replied casually. In fact, he didn't feel much impatience, but since his father wanted to comfort him, he could only cooperate. The two moved forward for another half an hour, and the field of vision in front of them suddenly widened. Yu Mingfeng is no longer as relaxed as before, looked at Yu Tianlin with a serious face, and said in a deep voice, "Tianlin, we have left the outermost periphery of Thunder Canyon, and it will be a bit dangerous here after that. You can jump at any time it is possible to produce a 1000-year soul beast, even a 10,000-year soul beast. From now on, don't leave me within 20 meters, do you hear me?" "I will definitely be careful." Yu Tianlin nodded heavily. After experiencing the incident of encountering the Wanyan lightning pterosaur, Yu Tianlin was particularly concerned about safety issues, that he won't just wander around where soul beasts are active just because he has a soul saint father. As the saying goes, don't be afraid of 10,000, just in case that if a powerful soul beast popped out suddenly, and he happened to be too far away from Dad, wouldn't it be cool? Just when the two were about to move on, there was a rustling sound. "Come here. There is a situation." Yu Mingfeng gave a low cry, stretched out his hand and pulled Yu Tianlin to his side, then stared at the direction where the voice came from. The soul beasts he met here were at the millennium level, at the lowest level, and his strength was firmly above Yu Tianlin's, so when he heard a soul beast approaching, he immediately activated his martial soul. The same is true for Yu Mingfeng. The sound of the soul beast moving became louder and louder, and it was obviously approaching quickly. After a while, a figure crawling on the ground entered Yu Tianlin's eyes. This soul beast looks like a lizard, with a body length of about 5 meters, and its limbs are somewhat thicker than an adult's thigh. The whole body of the lizard soul beast was covered with a layer of dark brown scales, but the scales on its back were broken a lot, and bright red blood was continuously flowing out. It seemed that it was seriously injured. Looking at the lizard soul beast in front of him, Yu Mingfeng shouted, "It's the Dark Thunder Lizard. It's coming towards us." Although he didn't know why the Dark Thunder Lizard had already suffered such serious injuries and wanted to attack the two of them, but Yu Mingfeng didn't bother to think about it, so he was ready to attack. However, at this moment, a sudden change occurred. Roar! A dragon's roar came from a distance, and Yu Tianlin immediately saw a flash of lightning, hitting the Thunder Lizard directly in front of him. The speed of the lightning was extremely fast. Before Yu Tianlin could see it clearly, he directly blasted on the Dark Thunder Lizard's back, and then exploded. The Thunder Lizard's already injured back was severely injured again, and blood spewed out immediately. The Thunder Lizard let out a feeble cry, then its limbs went limp, and it fell to the ground. A purple soul ring slowly emerged. It seemed that the Dark Thunder Lizard was dead, although Yu Tianlin didn't see the flash of lightning clearly, but Yu Mingfeng did. That flash of lightning was clearly claw-shaped. Combined with the dragon roar just now, Yu Mingfeng quickly made a judgment. This is the Lightning Claw, the signature skill of the Lightning Dragon. Tianlin, our luck is pretty good. This Dark Thunder Lizard was 5 meters long and its cultivation was in the early 1000s. but it was killed by the lightning claw of the lightning dragon, which means that the lightning dragon's cultivation was at least more than 500 years. As soon as Yu Mingfeng finished speaking, a bluish-purple soul beast rushed to the side of the dark thunder lizard's corpse, glaring fiercely at the two people in front of it. The appearance of this soul beast is very similar to the velociraptor in Jurassic Park that Yu Tianlin watched in his previous life, but the size of the two is quite different. The lightning-fast dragon in front of him was about 9 meters long and stood on two hind legs. Although it was not particularly thick, it was slender and coordinated, and it seemed to be running very fast. Its forelimbs were always curled up in front of its body, with 3 claws growing on it, which were extremely sharp. 9 meters in length. No, it's not even 9 meters, but it's very close. Looking at the lightning dragon in front of him, Yu Mingfeng's eyes became brighter and brighter. 1 meter of the lightning dragon corresponds to 200 years. The current height and cultivation base should be extremely close to 800 years. Tianlin, it just suits you. Thousand-year level soul beasts are not very intelligent, so Lightning Xuanlong didn't know what the 7 soul rings on Yu Mingfeng's body represented, but only vaguely felt the oppression from them. This lightning dragon should have come out to hunt for prey. It picked the dark thunder lizard, then chased it around, and finally just ran into us. Yu Mingfeng laughed. Tianlin, let's see if Dad catches it for you. It. As he spoke, Yu Mingfeng slowly approached Lightning Xuanlong in front of him. Yu Tianlin kept his father's words in mind, and followed closely behind him, not leaving him too far. Roar! The approach of Yumming Peak made Lightning Xuanlong feel uneasy, but it was reluctant to give up the prey it had finally killed, so it roared at Yumming Peak as a warning. However, Yu Mingfeng didn't care about the warning of the Lightning Xuanlong, and continued to approach, until he was about 10 meters away from it. The Lightning Xuanlong finally couldn't help it, and shot first. A 1000-year level soul beast brazenly attacked a soul saint. It can only be said that the ignorant are fearless. Lightning flickered on the front claws of the lightning-fast dragon, instantly condensed into a claw shape, and shot towards Yumming Peak. Although Lightning Xuanlong was fast, Yumming Peak was even faster. Surrounded by lightning, Yu Mingfeng controlled the extent of his own dragon transformation. Only his arms swelled a circle, covered by blue-purple dragon scales. After transforming into a dragon with both arms, Yu Mingfeng shielded his right arm in front of his body, defending against the lightning claws that came from the lightning. Dao also healed the person's body, and slapped the lightning-fast dragon. After the lightning dragon's lightning claw collided with Yu Mingfeng's Longhua right arm, it immediately exploded, but Yu Mingfeng swung his right arm and tore the thunder light apart in a blink of an eye. Without any impact at all, the thunder dragon claw issued by Yumming Peak quickly swept over a distance of 10 meters, and hit the lightning dragon's right leg. It did not explode under the impact, but cut off its right leg at the root. End of this chapter. Chapter 29 Absorbing Soul Ring, Upgrading by 2 Levels. You are listening at NaVelFull.audio. Chapter 29 Absorbing Soul Ring, Upgrading 2 Levels. Generally speaking, after the Thunder Dragon Claw flies out of his hand, the Soul Master who activated this skill has lost control of it, so the Thunder Dragon Claw will explode immediately after colliding with an object, but Yumming Peak's Thunder Dragon Claw was not like this. Not only did it not explode, but with the inertia of flying out, it directly cut off the Lightning Dragon's right leg. All this can only show that Yu Mingfeng's control over the lightning energy has reached the peak, so the Thunder Dragon Claw he condensed is extremely solid. Roar! The right leg was cut off by Qi Zhen, and the Lightning Xuanlong let out a painful roar, and fell powerlessly to the ground. With only the remaining leg, the Lightning Xuanlong could no longer stand. It's done. After a single attack, Yu Mingfeng couldn't help showing a smile on his face, and explained to his son, it's difficult for a very high-level soul master to accompany a low-level soul master to hunt down soul beasts. Because maybe I'm just a little bit more. If you try a little harder, the soul beast will be killed, so you can only restrain yourself, and if you are not careful, you may be run away by it. The best way is to directly make the soul beast lose its ability to escape. That's why I crippled one of its legs immediately. Yu Tianlin nodded knowingly. Like in the original book, the unrivaled dragon snake couple accompanied their granddaughter Mengyiran to hunt down soul beasts, first the coxcomb snake, then the man-faced spider, and they all ran away, and finally Oscar and Tang 3 cuts. You know, Long Gong Meng Shu is a Contra of more than 80 levels, and Snake Pachao Tianxiang is a Soul Emperor of more than 60 levels. The two of them also have the martial arts fusion skills, and they have a certain confidence even in the face of title Douluo. However, with the cultivation bases of the two of them, hunting only a 1000-year level soul beast can make the soul beast escape twice. Is it because they are weak? Of course not, on the contrary, it was because the strength of the two of them was too strong, so they restrained themselves, for fear that they would kill the target's soul beast, so they gave the soul beast a chance to escape. At this time, the lightning Xuanlong whose right leg had been severed struggled on the ground to get up, but it was all in vain. Yu Mingfeng walked towards the lightning Xuanlong, but just as he walked beside it, the lightning Xuanlong suddenly jumped up, opened its mouth and bit Yu Mingfeng fiercely. Yu Mingfeng had expected this scene a long time ago. Long Hua's right hand slammed on the head of lightning Xuanlong, and after beating its head to one side, his left hand took advantage of the situation to grab its neck. Although the neck was restrained, the lightning dragon still didn't give up struggling. There were lightning flashes on the two front paws, and it was about to use the lightning claws again. However, it was obvious that Yu Mingfeng moved faster, and cut off both of its front paws with a wave of his hand before the lightning-fast dragon could use its skills. After completely controlling the lightning dragon, Yu Mingfeng hurriedly said, "Tianlin, come quickly, and stab it in the eye with a dagger." Lightning Xuanlong's limbs were severed by Yu Mingfeng, and the amount of bleeding was huge. If Yu Tianlin didn't kill it quickly, lightning Xuanlong would bleed to death soon. Yu Tianlin's reaction was also very fast. After his father uttered his voice, he took out a dagger from the dragon pattern ring, and then ran to the side of the lightning-fast dragon's ferocious head in 3 steps at a time. The sword pierced through its eyes. The short sword pierced along the eye socket, directly piercing the lightning dragon's brain. Lightning Xuanlong's body, which was nearly 9 meters high, froze suddenly, and then struggled violently, but was strangled by Yu Mingfeng, and after a while, lightning Xuanlong became motionless. The purple soul ring slowly emerged from its corpse, and after confirming that the lightning-fast dragon was completely dead, Yu Mingfeng threw its head to the ground and said, "Tianlin, you can absorb it, I will protect you." Yu Tianlin nodded, sat down cross-legged, maintaining the state of being possessed by the martial spirit, and under the shrouding of lightning, he launched attraction on the soul ring of the lightning Xuanlong. As soon as the purple soul ring felt Yu Tianlin's traction, it immediately rushed towards Yu Tianlin's direction as if it had found a vent, and put it on top of his head. The purple light of the soul ring hung down, enveloping Yu Tianlin, and a huge energy poured into his body. Fortunately, Yu Tianlin has already had the experience of absorbing a soul ring. Even if he was hit by this hot energy like magma, Yu Tianlin didn't panic. Transform the energy into your own soul power. Grandpa Yu Yuanjin's judgment was indeed correct. The upper limit of his second spirit ring's endurance is 800 years, so when he absorbs the lightning-fast dragon spirit ring now, although it is very uncomfortable, it is just within the tolerance range. Even if just another 100 years, and I will be in danger. Just like that, about 2 hours passed. When the sky was a little dark, Yu Tianlin finally completed the absorption of the second spirit ring. Heaving a sigh of relief, Yu Tianlin opened his eyes, and the blue-purple lightning lingering on his body seemed much stronger than before. Yu Tianlin stood up slowly, and 2 purple soul rings immediately rose from under his feet, moving up and down around him. The 2 soul rings represent that Yu Tianlin has officially reached the level of a great soul master. After obtaining the second soul ring, Yu Tianlin's figure became a little taller, the muscles of his whole body grew to a certain extent, and he looked a bit burly. Seeing this scene, Yu Mingfeng smiled and said, "Tianlin, congratulations, you have broken through to level 21. But Yu Tianlin was a little uncertain and said, "Father, after absorbing the soul ring of the lightning dragon, my current soul power seems to be not only level 21, but also level 22. Oh." Hearing Yu Tianlin's words, Yu Mingfeng showed a surprised expression, and then nodded clearly. "Your second soul ring is 800 years old, which is more than double the normal time. It's normal to raise 1 more level. Come, test your soul power." Saying that, Yu Mingfeng took out a white crystal ball from the storage soul tool. After receiving the crystal ball, Yu Tianlin poured his own soul power into it, and in an instant, white light radiated from the crystal ball. The light is not very bright, it only occupies about 1/5 of the entire crystal ball. However, seeing this thin layer of white light, Yu Mingfeng nodded in satisfaction. That's right. It's indeed level 22. In the past, Yu Mingfeng only thought that the skills obtained by absorbing the soul ring by leapfrogging the level were more powerful, and he didn't pay attention to the aspect of soul power at all. He didn't expect that he could increase his soul power by 1 level. Now Yu Tianlin is only in his early 8 years old, and already at level 22, completely crushing his peers, and with each subsequent leapfrog absorption of spirit rings, this gap will widen again. Sure enough, Tianlin is the hope for the rise of the Blue Lightning Overlord Sect. End of this chapter.